Let's continue styling the columns. Now remember, when you create the index.php, you actually create these special classes with this PHP code inside. This PHP code will be assigning special classes when you activate and deactivate columns inside your Joomla template. Again, I already show you all this. So if you go back and click inside your keyboard F12, you are going to go to HTML in here and then click on the body, and down there you are going to go inside the col mask, and you are going to be able to see that all the columns, in this case all the divisions and the columns, are going to have the same class. So you are going to start combining the col mask with the grid 6 class and the col myth, grid 6, col left, grid 6, and so on. Let's go ahead and do that. So we are going to go back in here, CMS Gray, and down here we are going to add a small CSS comment. Click enter, and this will be my 3-column layout. Close the CSS comment and click enter. First of all, we are going to add some backgrounds so you can actually see everything in action. Col mask. Again, we are going to have first in here the col mask, col myth, and col left. So going back to col mask, and then you are going to add the class, which will be that and grid underscore and then the number 6. Okay, let's click space and open the curly brackets, background, and we are going to give the color yellow. Later on we are going to be eliminating all these background because we are not going to be using them inside this Joomla template. Then we are going to copy all this. Let me click in here, Ctrl C, and click enter and click enter. The col mask will become the col myth. That will be the second one, and the third one will become the col left. The same in here. Let's change the yellow to the color blue, and then down here the yellow to the color green. Let's click Ctrl S, going back, and right click and upload and analyze what we have. Refresh. Now as you can see, the green will be the main col mask. Well, in this case everything will be covered in green, but that will because we need to apply some width and some other settings inside the CSS style. Let's go inside the col myth, and we are going to apply the right property. Inside there we are going to give 25% semicolon, and inside the col left we are going to write down the same property, right, and we are going to give 50%. Ctrl S, going back, right click and upload. Refresh, and so far you have accomplished something better. Okay, however, we are going to still have some problems in here. So far you can see the columns in here, but the text won't appear in the way we want it in here. So let's go back, and again in this case we are going to continue. Let me analyze in here. Something is wrong. I forgot the semicolon. Ctrl S, going back, right click and upload and refresh again. Now as you can see, well, the problem in this case was something that I did wrong inside my CSS styles. Again, this will happen to anyone. Let me analyze. Now what you can see in here will be, of course, the background columns that will be creating the back effect. You are going to be able to only see the layout created by the colors and by the divisions called mask, called myth, and called left. Now we will need to work with the 3 main columns, the left, the center, and the right. Let's go back, and we are going to write down here the hash, center column, right there, and then the curly brackets. And before continue, we are going to copy all this, Ctrl V and Ctrl V. Let me move everything, and inside the second one, this will be the left, the last one will be the right column. Okay, Now the next steps are going to be tricky, but again the only way you can understand all this process is by practicing yourself and by playing around with these settings. You will need to have inside all these three columns a 100% width layout. So you will need to actually distribute all the pixels inside this column, inside the center column. Instead of giving 50%, we are going to give a width of 46 pixels. Why? Because we are going to be creating some space between the left column and the right column. Let me write down 46% semicolon, and down here we are going to give the left column 25% will be fine, okay, semicolon, and down here it will be the same. Copy the same width right there, and so far if you add all these columns you are going to have 96%. We are leaving out a 4% space inside the center column, okay, because again we want to have some space between the left column and the right column. Then you are going to be applying the left property, because let me show you what will happen if I save everything. Right click, upload, and we are going to refresh. Did you notice? So far you will need to start moving the right column all the way inside the yellow background, and then the center column should be inside the blue background, and the same will apply on the green background with the left column. So let me go back, and I already did the calculation, so we are going to write down inside the left column 102%, then inside the left column we are going to write down 29%, and inside the right column again left, and we are going to write down 79%, semicolon, Control S, going back, right click and upload. Now we are going to refresh, and what will happen is that this right column in here, you can see the right menu and the right login form will be moved all the way to the right. The same will happen with the center column and the left column. Click refresh, and there you have it, my friends. As you can see, you have accomplished the initial 3-column layout.